The reason I'm making such a video today, despite the fact that it is a sort of a taboo topic to speak about, and that too on a public forum like YouTube, is because I realize how important it is to talk about such issues. Such issues that are way more common than we think they are. India is one of the leading consumers of internet porn. And while there are uncountable number of content creators, influencers, public figures, celebrities who talk about a number of different useful things, this particular space has often been left ignored. There are not many people who talk about this. Hello everyone, this is Shakti, and today I wanted to actually make a video about something I have been wanting to talk about for a while now, but it's not that easy to articulate what you want to talk about exactly. And as a matter of fact, it is also a gray area, a taboo topic, call it whatever you may, to talk about, especially in our culture. So today I'm going to be talking about NoFap, hard mode, and my current NoFap streak. For those of you who do not know what NoFap is, viewer discretion is advised. Please proceed at your own caution. That being said, NoFap is when you stop fapping, when you stop masturbating. And hard mode is when you abstain from PMO, porn, masturbation, and orgasm. Because you realize that these things are unnecessary in your life, that these things are holding you back from where you want to be. So what's the point of NoFap? Well, it's a westernized concept that has been popularized in the West for quite some time now, but its true roots can also be traced back to our very own Indian culture. Interesting, isn't it? Where it's called Brahmacharya, seed retention, where you retain your seed. You do not waste your precious life force. Now think about your seed, your life force. It literally helps give birth to another life. It helps create another life. But what if you could divert all that humongous energy within you into other important areas of life that actually matter? Say your career, say your hobbies, say your business, your sports, and whatnot. That is where this practice, this discipline, this ritual comes in. So, talking about my streak, today marks the 15th day of my new NoFap hard mode streak. And this is definitely not my longest streak. My longest streak came in last year when it lasted for 75 days. I fell short of just 15 days from completing the total 90 days hard mode challenge. And why 90 days, you ask? Well, the reason is because it takes about exactly 90 days for your brain to rewire when you are so used to something. There is this entire concept of neuroplasticity where your brain can be rewired when you are dependent on something for so long. And in this case, it's porn. And one of the hardest things in this practice, if not the hardest, is acceptance. Most people are in denial that chasing after these things gives them real happiness, gives them pleasure. But let me tell you, it does more harm than good. And not just to you, to others as well. Porn, for example, promotes other nasty stuff like human trafficking and drugs. It literally ruins people's lives. And it is sad that a lot of young men and women fall prey to this. And I have been there, done that. And it is a well researched, well documented, scientifically proven fact the number of problems porn causes, not just in your body, in your brain, in your relationships. It ruins your life before you realize it. So that is why I wanted to make this video and put it out in the open to document my journey, to share my experiences, so that number one, I am more accountable. Now my discipline is in the eyes of the public. I must be accountable to this. I must not let my audience down, to whoever is watching this video. And number two, it will mean the world to me if through this video I am able to change someone's life. And I hope to inspire others as well through this video. The list of benefits that you will notice in your life is endless. But for your benefit, I have jotted down the top 3 benefits that you are going to notice in your life when you take up this practice, this discipline for 2 weeks. Number 1, improved energy levels. It's no wonder why after you jerk off, after you fap to porn, you feel tired. Because you let go of the energy, you flush out your life force. You end up tired, exhausted, and miserable. What you are chasing is dopamine, your pleasure hormone. You are seeking temporary pleasure in exchange of a life of misery. No wonder why porn addicts are tired all the time. I've been there, done that. So once you abstain from it, you retain all that energy within you. No wonder you will feel energetic, you will feel focused, you will feel driven. So that's how it helps you big time. Number 2, improved sleep. A lot of people are dependent on PMO when they're insomniac. They need to sleep, but they can't fall asleep. So they bust a nut, they jerk off, and they feel sleepy. Why do they feel sleepy? Because they're exhausted. But do you realize that you only feel sleepy because you're exhausted, not because you're actually sleepy? You do not get a healthy, deep sleep. So once you abstain from PMO, your sleep will improve. The quality of your sleep is going to improve. And number 3, and this is perhaps the biggest benefit that you will instantly notice in your life, that is improved confidence, improved self-esteem. It takes a fair bit of courage and confidence to talk about such things in the public domain. And I truly owe it to this practice for giving me this self-confidence that happens when you abstain, when you stay away from things that suck the life out of you. Your confidence also increases because you're no longer objectifying people, objectifying women. Your relationships improve. You become a man, a person with a purpose. You get better at social conversations, at meeting with people, at things that naturally increase your happiness, your serotonin. And there's a difference between happiness and pleasure. Happiness is a function of serotonin, endorphins, and dopamine, whereas pleasure is a function of dopamine. Dopamine is addictive. Dopamine is a drug. All the drugs in the world, all the addictions in the world work in the same way, by triggering your dopamine response. You take back control of your life when you abstain. It's only 15 days, but so many things have changed, and there are numerous benefits that happen in the background and that compound as you keep progressing deeper and deeper into this practice. I promise you. I very clearly remember how I felt during the last year when my streak lasted for 75 days. I felt like a god, and I'm not kidding. But once you relapse, once you break your streak, your life starts getting downhill. There's this chaser's effect that any addict goes through when they come close to their triggers. In a world where every second thing is hypersexualized, it can be hard not to get distracted for young men and women. But I promise you, if you take up this practice, if you take up this discipline, it will have a huge positive impact in your life. I promise. So I implore anyone who is watching this video and who is willing to try something new to take up this practice to see if it really works or is it just pseudoscience. To see if you are really addicted to porn or are you in denial. Anyway, so that is it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. You will never walk alone. Thank you for watching.